The thing that I wore was like 9 kilograms. So, which I guess is how a pregnant woman feels. Yes. I don't think pregnant women learn how to walk that way. It's just like, this thing is heavy and there's a way you automatically, I mean, he thought he was just, it's like you really look pregnant. I mean, there was, I mean, in the pictures, like that I take, my face looks pregnant.
Even the audience were like, is she really pregnant?
Beauty, the showering of your new mother is a beautiful, transcendent rite of passage.
This is a boxing match.
Valencia! This baby holds Beauty's history from her childhood.
This thing was ugly with Dineo.
Succulent. Are Zama happy ba go ja man.
Do it all, yeah. In the midst of it all these promises nobody knows. I'm telling stories that nobody.
Hello, I'm Thando Thabethe, and I play Beauty Sello in How to Win Christmas, The Baby Shower.
Hello, my name is Sandile Mahlangu, and I play Twala in How to Win Christmas, The Baby Shower, only on Netflix, 190 countries, 220 million subscribers.
Hello, I'm Denise Zimba-SCHLICHTIG, and I play the character of Zama.
Yeah, awesome. Sandile,
yes.
In this season, what sets it apart from the previous 2 seasons?
Well, I think I'll speak about Twala. What sets this season apart from the previous seasons is because if you watch season 2 of How to Win Christmas, you knew that we had just lost a baby, Twala and Beauty. They just lost a baby. And that sort of left a scar of sorts, like a traumatic experience. And so in this season, he's put it upon himself to take control of that because it sort of felt like he was out of control. You know, back then things were not in his hands. Season 3, he comes in now. He's like, okay, I'm gonna take responsibility. I'm gonna make sure that everything goes well. So he has this panic thing about him, and I think that's what sets it apart. He's growing. He's becoming a man now. He's becoming a father. You know, that kind of thing, and that usually comes with a lot of changes, a lot of drastic thoughts, kind of thing. Well, that's me as well. You know, so that's what I feel. Also, I feel that Spoo this season is transforming. He's transforming. He's growing, and yeah.
And Thando, you know, this season it explores. Our country's been through a lot of ups and downs this year, and this season it explores lots of the societal and political issues that our countries face. So how well do you think that balance between, you know, the humor and the seriousness was explored this season?
I think that's just been the story of How to Win Christmas, right? So we tell the real stories, but with a touch of humor. But that's who we are as South Africans generally. When we are in tough times, we just find a way to make it a joke, right? And I think How to Win Christmas has done that throughout the seasons, and you'll expect that in season 3. I think Sandile touched on it. Our characters went through a huge loss in season 2. It's something that women actually go through. And in the 3rd season, they are successful in having a baby, but you see how the trauma then is, well, firstly, it's not just us that experience the trauma, it's everybody around us. And how everybody around us is trying to help us, but while trying to help us, they're actually making a mess. They're making things a little bit worse. But I think definitely How to Win Christmas is that show that finds the humor in the sad times.
Denise?
Yes.
You're a mother. It's a very beautiful daughter.
Thank you.
And in this season, we do know that Beauty is the one that's pregnant, right? So in terms of motherhood, what advice would you give to Beauty's character, which is Thando, about motherhood?
And maybe Thando one day, who knows?
If I had to give advice to Beauty and Thando in motherhood, is patience, okay? You're gonna be tested all the time. And just to enjoy every moment as it comes, because, you know, as cliche as they say it, they grow up so fast. Before you know it, the nest is empty and you have nothing else to do. So, and have fun. Like, you know, don't take things so seriously. Let your kids be. I mean, that's the best thus far. I mean, she's only three, so.
Yeah. Sandile, in this season, so much is controlled by, you know, family. And to what extent and how important is it, you know, to be mindful about advices you get from family before taking important decisions?
Well, one, we have to first understand that they're also human. They're not perfect. So a lot of their advice also comes from their perspective and their understanding of the situation. In relationships, one thing that I've learned, and I think Spoo and Beauty have also learned, is that they only have each other. You know, you can't really you can listen to the advice, but you can't really take it. You have to take it with a pinch of salt, because they don't know what we have gone through behind doors, outside of us, what we've shown them. And so I think what I've taken is that take the advice, but with a pinch of salt. The advice that only matters is the person that you are with at the time, the experiences that you've had. Nobody can share that, and therefore your decisions will be influenced by the experience that you've had with them. Ultimately, love.
And I think y'all guys' characters this season really like lived up to that.
Yeah. Really.
Like, this is us. We're gonna do this.
Yeah.
We hear them.
Cut the noise. Let's focus.
Well, until
Baby's
somebody-
coming.
Let's not give away.
Let's not give away
Don't
anything,
give away too
please.
much.
Do not do that.
Yeah.
You'll have to watch it on the 9th of December, only on Netflix.
Yeah, Thando, did you by any chance have to go through some body language coaching? Because I mean, you were brilliant in terms of, like,
Oh, did you watch?
the posture of
Did
a
you watch?
pregnant? Of course, I watched.
Oh, yeah.
The posture, you know, there's a certain way a pregnant woman walks, and the body language and their posture, and you portrayed that really well. So can you just tell us more about that?
I'll have to give that to makeup and costume. The thing that I wore was like 9 kilograms. So, which I guess is how a pregnant woman feels. I don't think pregnant women learn how to walk that way. It's just like, this thing is heavy, and there's a way you automatically. I mean, he thought he was just, it's like you really look pregnant.
actually,
I
yeah, you
mean,
look
there was,
pregnant.
I mean,
Even
in the
movements.
pictures, like that I take, my face looks pregnant.
Even the audience were like, is she really pregnant? Did she give birth?
Yeah. So, no,
Aesthetics.
I mean, I'd love to give it to myself. It helped because there were little nuances, obviously, that I could play with, but it was already there. It was already given to me.
Yeah.
Quick question: was the baby real?
Yes, the baby was real. So obviously the baby wasn't real the whole time, but in the birthing scene, the baby that you see crying is a real baby, which was terrifying.
But you guys handled it so
Oh my
well.
God. I mean, everyone handled that scene with such love and
Gentleness.
such care because everyone's like, oh my gosh, it's
Newborn.
like a newborn
Yeah.
baby.
Yeah.
Like if you drop it, like, oh my
We're
God.
done.
Biggest fear.
It's over.
It's over.
Also, you don't want to be the guy that dropped the baby, you know? So, and I mean, I don't have a baby and I've never handled babies.
But
really.
she was so good. You
but
really were.
yeah, but
The
it
motherly
also,
instincts came in.
Yeah, I was like, it's time, isn't it?
Yeah,
maybe.
she made a joke about that.
Yeah.
She ended it well.
I hate you guys.
Yeah, Denise.
Yes.
Your character, of course, you knew in the season. Your character is coming into these two families who are very much divided.
Absolute.
What impact do you think your character has to these families this season in bringing them together? Actually, yeah.
Wow, I feel like Zama's character's impact, sure, between the families. Oh, that's a tough one. Okay, so it was, I think the chaos of my existence in the environment, I feel like forced the family to come together. Like they put their conflict aside because I came along and did the most. And that's all I'm going to say about that. You're going to have to watch. It was wild.
And just to add on to that, the truths came out, right?
Yeah.
The what?
Truth.
The truth.
The truth.
truth,
Yeah. Oh
yeah.
yes, and then the truth came out.
The
There was
many
a
truths
there
came
was
out, yeah.
a lot of truth, and almost divided the families individually. But I think when it came to the realization that there was a baby coming, and yes, I came with my own things, that they needed to come together.
Yeah.
So I think I reminded them to just be like, guys, there's a baby coming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unity.
And was your wardrobe, I think, was a reflection of yourself. Am I right in saying that?
Denise.
Of Denise or Zama the character?
No, like your wardrobe for Zama,
Yeah.
honestly, I thought that matched your personality and character.
I mean, in a sense, yes, match my personality. But I think before I was a mom. Now I'm just trying to find my sexy without taking it too far out of the envelope, if that makes sense.
Makes sense.
So, you know, it
And
was.
you look amazing.
Thank you. So,
Yeah.
being a mom, your body changes. So, you know, unfortunately, the wardrobe also has to change. So, it was a little bit of me there, but a bit of new has emerged since I've been a mom.
Yeah. And last question for all of you. If there were to be a season 4 of How to Ruin Christmas.
When there is a
When-
season 4,
when
let's
there is,
just put it
fair
out
enough,
to the universe. Thank God.
what would you guys name the title? Like the first one was the wedding, then the funeral, then the baby shower. What would the fourth one be?
I think
holiday.
We've been trying to predict. We've been trying to predict titles for 4 years now.
We've been,
So let's definitely make it the holiday.
the holiday.
Yeah, definitely.
Please.
I wouldn't mind. As long as I'm invited, I'm good.
You know?
Yeah, let's call it How to Ruin Christmas Mauritius.
Yeah.
We can even we can call it Ibiza. Let's
Actually, let's be
with
specific.
the location.
Yeah, How to Ruin Christmas.
Ibiza.
The holiday.
Bora Bora.
Bora Bora.
Hi guys, Sunday Christmas as well. Maar last year is a majority.
The same one like Wafu Old Lamb Con.
I've missed this.